Hello, this is Nancy. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. First, I want to wish my husband a happy 5th anniversary. And our first project here, we're going to be making a porthole because our honeymoon was on a cruise ship for a week. Of course, our window was not a circle, but everybody, says things about circles and portholes are round. So this is an ornament that I got from Woodpecker Crafts back in Christmas time, and I just cut off the top. And this is the circle part here with the holes is actually for like a mobile for over cribs. So I'm using that for the inside of the porthole. And then I'm using some Hippie Crafter paint. This one is a gray color. It looks blue on the screen, but it's actually gray. It's like a blue-gray, I guess, if you want to call it. So I'm using that to paint just the edge of the bottom piece, because you don't need to do the center piece because you're going to cover that with the picture. If I haven't mentioned that, that's what I'm going to do. One of the pictures that I took, it was from our window on the cruise ship, and it was from Honduras, our first stop. So I printed that on my my inkjet printer, and we're going to be using that picture on the inside of here. So this I think took 2 coats time to paint, and also painted the edge as well. And then we're going to the next step. See here I'm painting the edge. Just put that to the side, and then we're going to grab the inner ring, and I'm using what they call Mars Black from Hippie Crafter as well. So I'm trying to get a brush to use for that. I need to get bigger brushes. All my brushes are little tiny detailed brushes, but when I need something for a big space, I don't have enough brushes. So that's going to be next on my shopping list. So we're going to do a couple coats of this black around this inner ring. You don't have to do the back, but you do need to do the inside of the ring and the outside of the ring. Once these pieces are dry, we're going to be adding some double-sided tape to adhere the acetate to the front of the picture to make it look like glass. And I'm using some double-sided tape that I got on Temu. I'll leave their link down below. You can get 30% off your first order. If you use my link, I get a little cash with no cost to you. It helps my channel out to make more videos. And this 5 roll of tape is only 88 cents. So it's a lot better deal than Dollar Tree. Now we're going to take the backer off the tape and then adhere the acetate. Once we get the acetate down, we're going to add some more tape. I'm using more tape because it doesn't bubble up your paper when you're putting it on. So I'm using the tape again to adhere the picture to the acetate. Now I'm using my art glitter glue and my little precision tip, and I'm only doing glue on the edge because I don't want the picture to bubble on the middle. And once you put this down, the picture's not going to move. So I just press it down, and within a few minutes it's done. Now I'm going to be using some of these half rounds as I guess the screws or the rivets. That's what I'm looking for. The rivets around the edge of the porthole. And I'm going to use this chrome pen that I also got on Temu. So they have a lot of good stuff that at a good price. And I would suggest, if you're going to be using this paint pen, use a mask or something, because it's real. The smell is real strong. Or use it outside. When I first used it, I'd be like, "What is that?" And I figured it was the pen. So once those little rivets dry, I'm using my art glitter glue to glue these pieces to where the holes were on the little mobile thing. With my memory, sometimes things don't. I don't remember things. So on the back of this little sign, I did what stop this was on the trip and the date. So if you want to add this in the back of your sign, you could do that. It's just a reminder to myself and whoever ends up with this picture. Now to hang it, I'm putting it on my mat here so I could make it even. But as you can tell, the rivets were not even. So before you put your the section with the rivets down, make sure that it's up and down if that's the way you want it. If you don't care, that's fine too. But I have these sawtooth hangers that I got on Amazon that are hammered in. So I'm just doing like a pre-drill. It makes it easier for me to hammer these little pieces in. And then this is it. This is ready to hang. So it's a good reminder of our trip on our honeymoon. Now on to DIY number 2. And one of the things that we did on this trip was swim with dolphins, which was on my bucket list. And we got some great pictures, so I'm going to print those on Shrinky Dink plastic and make some keychains. The one with my picture I gave to my husband, and the one with my husband I kept myself. So here I am cutting them down, and I'm rounding the edges so it doesn't poke you when you shrink it down. It also gives it a nice finished look. So I'm rounding the edges on both of them. Now once you have all these images cut out, preheat your toaster oven. I'm using this little mini toaster oven that I got from Target. It is not a toy. It is a real toaster oven and it heats up. And this is in real time. I haven't slowed this video down or sped it up at all. So within seconds, this thing is nice and shrunk and flat. It's pretty cool watching it too. And we're done, basically. So it's pretty quick. As long as you heat up the oven. And here are the images next to the original pictures that I cut. So it does shrink quite a bit. And then I'm going to be drilling a hole for the key ring. And then I'll get some jump rings and attach the jump rings to the keychain. And then the key ring to the jump rings. On mine I added a little tassel. My husband didn't want a tassel. Imagine. So they came out pretty cool. Here the little, I'm adding some light behind it so you can see how they look with some lighting behind it. Now onto DIY number 3. DIY number 3. I'm making some Jenga frames. Imagine a Jenga project for Nancy's channel, right? So here is the frame. I'm going to be adding some 4x6 photos that I printed out. It's been 5 years and I haven't printed any of our wedding photos. So this is some of the honeymoon photos. I'm still not sure which of the weddings photos I want to print out, so because I have so many of them. So I'm adding some of the antique wax around the frames. I'm doing 3 frames altogether. It took me a while to figure out which photos I wanted to print, but I did want to print photos that had myself and my husband in them, or my husband and myself. Don't tell my English teacher. So I cut them down. They're about 4 by 6. And the frame itself, the opening is less than 4 by 6, so you just have to arrange the photo in the frame for it to look right. Here's the first one. There we go. Again, I'm adding this double-sided tape to the back of the frames. You can use any adhesive you want. I just like doing, when I'm doing paper projects, I like to doing the paper, the double-sided tape. And this is pretty strong. So you just arrange the photo where it looks best on your frame. There's number 2. I got this burlap frame that measures 10 by 20 at Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance for, I think, less than $3. I should have gotten more, but you know, you live and learn. So I'm centering this first photo in the middle, and yeah, more or less, you know, using my ruler. And then I'm going to add just 4 hot glue dots on each corner, just in case I want to change it out later on. I can do that. And then we'll go on to the next photos. If you're liking this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, comment below. How many years have you been married? If you've been married. To attach the second photo, I used Jenga blocks as spacers so they can be nice and even on top and bottom. So I centered that on there using these guys. That way I know it's more or less centered. And again, just hot glue on 4 corners and go on to the next photo. For the corners of this frame, I'm also using the half rounds, but these are a little bit bigger, and I'm also painting them with the chrome pen. But you can stain these guys or not even put but I thought the little rivets would go with the first set of DIY, with the first set of DIY, not first set, for the first DIY that I made. Oh my goodness gracious. So here they are, all nice and dry, and we're going to just hot glue those in the corners of the frame. And I'm using some Jenga blocks as spacers, to all 4 corners will be the same distance from each corner. Okay, just put that there and then hot glue those onto the corner there, and then using the same Jengas, that means that our 4 corners will be nice and even. Again, I'm using a sawtooth hanger in the back. Measure the center and then mark where the little pieces that hammer in. And that's it. So until next time, be brave, be strong, and create something for your anniversary.